Automobile accidents happen every day on the roads in the state of Texas. I've represented thousands of individuals involved in automobile, motorcycle, and truck accidents on these roadways. Oftentimes people come to me and they're faced with a scenario where they don't know if the person that caused the accident has insurance, or we're uncertain as to whether that party has enough insurance to pay the appropriate damages to make the person that was injured whole again. In Texas, the law requires that we have a minimum amount of insurance if you're going to operate a motor vehicle, and that minimum level is $30,000. Oftentimes people say, well, I think I have full coverage on my own vehicle, but they really don't know what full coverage means. See, if you purchase a vehicle and you finance that vehicle, the company that finances the vehicle, the bank or the lending company, requires you to have full coverage insurance to protect that vehicle if it's involved in an accident where it's either your fault or the other party doesn't have insurance. Because the lending party, the bank or the finance company, wants to make sure that there is money to fix that vehicle, their asset, if it is involved in a collision and the other party doesn't have sufficient funds to fix it. But what people get confused when they hear the term full coverage is they don't realize whether or not they have what's called uninsured or underinsured motorist protection on their policy. If you don't have that level of insurance, you really should look into obtaining it, because what uninsured and underinsured motorist protection does is it protects you if you're involved in an accident where the other party either doesn't have insurance or is underinsured, meaning they don't have enough insurance to protect you or to make you whole if you're involved in an accident. I was faced with a scenario recently where I represented a family that was involved in an accident, and there were 6 people driving in a vehicle. Now, 6 people driving in a vehicle that are involved in an accident where the other party has the minimum limits was not enough insurance to pay all of the medical bills and damages for all of the occupants of that vehicle. Thankfully, my clients had purchased and had underinsured motorist protection. It's often written as UM or UIM, UM being uninsured and UIM being underinsured motorist protection. But in that case, the scenario was good in the sense that those individuals had the insurance, and so that insurance stacked on top of the third party or the responsible party's insurance to help make those individuals whole. And again, most people not understanding what that coverage is in the state of Texas either opt not to have it because they don't want to pay for that coverage. But the one thing that people don't understand is if you have full coverage and you're unsure as to whether you have uninsured or underinsured motorist protection, you need to contact your insurance company. Because under the laws in the state of Texas and these insurance policies, the way they're written, you have to specifically sign a waiver denying that you want that coverage. And if you don't sign a waiver declining to have that coverage, oftentimes the insurance company is required by law to provide you uninsured and underinsured motorist protection without you ever having the intent or without you ever obtaining that type of insurance. So if you're faced with a scenario where you've been involved in an accident and the other party either doesn't have insurance, or it was a hit and run scenario, or the other party doesn't have enough insurance to pay all of your damages, it's important that you consult with a lawyer who understands what the laws are with regards to insurance policies and has handled literally thousands of these cases, just as I have. Because you may not understand that there may be an additional layer of insurance coverage out there to protect you, even though you may have never known that you had it.